Hello, 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 hello. Hey there. So, short discussion, short discussion today. Short discussion on the meaning of life. I know, a bit deep, isn't it? But here we go. Uh, I think that my experience in working with addicts and alcoholics over the years is that um, it is a question. It is a question. We can't be fooled. And when Bill Wilson and the original 100 put together the program, they went really deep because they knew that it had to have depth. It had to be um, enough that it could grip us, and that there was really no bottom to it. There wasn't. There's no way to get it. It's a never-ending process in the recovery program, the 12-step program. It's an unending process, and most of us come to this point in our lives when we realize that what we thought life was about was not true. And we were looking at what was the meaning of life, and it wasn't what we thought. It wasn't, to go to school. I made a little list. A lot of my early motivations in life were to get things, right. And that's the deal with the addict and the alcoholic, is that we're inherently selfish, and we're selfishness and self-centeredness is the root of our troubles. It really is that we're self-based, and we want stuff, and so we're in complaint because the stuff didn't actually work. We didn't find peace in things, and so it wasn't in how much stuff we had, or whether we had the prettiest girlfriend, or the most handsome man, and the relationship didn't fill us up, and having fast cars or great hobbies didn't seem to fill us up, and there's so many activities on the planet that but they don't give us meaning. And so when you look at what is the meaning of life, it's a big question. Why am I here? And I often, when I speak, I ask the question of who am I? And these are questions I think we all have to ask ourselves. But why am I here? What is this all about? And is there any reason for being? And we have to go deeper, because the traditional idea of I'm here to find a gal and have a family and have grandchildren. I mean, these things all give um, some meaning, but not really. It isn't the depth that we want, and so I encourage you to look. I don't have the answer, or my answer is my answer. I'm not going to, share or influence. But what has happened, though, for me, is I've recognized that it can't be found out there. It isn't out there. There isn't anything in this world that fills this, that where I believe we find peace, and where my experience is that we find peace. It doesn't matter what it is that we do. Our doing doesn't bring peace, and so no matter what cause we have, if we're going to save the planet, if we're going to be against anything, it doesn't fill us up. It's empty, actually, and often we're doing things because we're competitive, and so we think that life is about competition, and being better than, or that we're caught up in less than, and we want to prove that we're something. And I know I've gone through that in my life, and so you know what would we like? I think, in essence, many of us would like to be at peace, and to find peace, to know peace inside of us. And so that's the only thing. As we've been doing this, I can't fix anybody. I realize that I can't even fix myself, because mostly of the fixing I was trying to do of myself was in the world of the persona, and in my behaviors, and so now what's happened is I've dropped beyond the behaviors into this space of this moment and into the now. And that's where peace is. And I recognize that my thoughts are not me. So all of the programming that I had, which was pertaining to why am I here, I remember as a kid thinking, okay, I'm here to get good grades, or I'm here to, not let my brothers beat me up. I'm here, to entertain the girls, be the class clown. I had all these things that I thought I was, and here to get a motorcycle and be, I remember I thought that being kind of a criminal was glamorous, because we were brought up on an era where we were taught that, but none of that filled the bill. So that's my story today: is why are we here? And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your share. Why are you here? What is your life? What's the meaning of your life? And yeah, I'd love it if you make some comments on that, and we can chat a little bit about that. So that's it. The closest I've gotten is to support myself and others in dropping into this moment, practicing being here now. And I know that seems a little obscure, but the more we're able to be present, the more opens up to us. The more we recognize that our thoughts are not us, or their motivations were planted by others in a way, in our conditioning, then we can see that we're already whole. We're already 100% one with everything. So that's my story today. In a way, I'm not even sure if we're going to do this much longer, because every day I just have to sit down and say, okay, what's next? Because there's no fixing anybody. There's no way to really help other than to point towards this moment over and over again. And in the promises in the 12-step world, that is we have a God consciousness. We know peace. We come into this moment, and that's where that's at, that relationship. So I'm reading from the DoW Teaching, which is lao-tzu. He got it. He, and in the beginning was the Tao. All things issue from it. All things return to it. To find the origin, trace back the manifestations. This is chapter 52, by the way. To find the origin, trace back the manifestations. When you recognize the children and find the mother, you'll be free of sorrow. When you recognize the children and find the mother, you will be free of sorrow. If you close your mind in judgments and traffic with desires, your heart will be troubled. If you keep your mind from judging and are led by the senses, your heart will find peace. Boom, that's the deal. Maybe the bottom line is we're here to find peace. Seeing into darkness is clarity. Knowing how to yield is strength. Using your own light and return to the source of light. This is called practicing eternity. Deep, isn't it? So that's Stephen Mitchell's translation of the Tao Te Ching. And so that's the question. Why am I here? Why are we here? And I'd love to, hear your thoughts on it, and we can chat a little bit about that. Okay, love you guys. Love it if you go to YouTube and follow my channel there, Valley and Beyond, and subscribe there. And I've got a ton of these videos I've been doing for a long time, and hopefully in there there's some answers. Some of my answers are there. Okay, love you guys. Cheers.